morning, everyone. My name is Tumini, and I'm the project manager on this team. Allow me to take you on our 9 weeks journey as we build our minimum viable product. I know what you're thinking, but let me stop you there. We're not here to tell you to give up your Starbucks or put you in an unrealistic budget. We're a team of young professionals who are driven to close the gap of financial mismanagement, but starting up in North America. And we're going to show you how very soon. The goal is to actually not only bring our users to financial independence, but to also bring them up to financial literacy. This is my agenda. I'm going to run you through our project overview, our product demo, our business model, which I know is music to the ears of our stakeholders here today, and our conclusion. But before I go, I would ask that you please indulge me and answer these 2 questions. How many of us actually go through our bank statements? If you do, I want you to put on the chat box and say, I do. And if you don't, I want you to say, I don't. How many of you actually have an estimate of how much you spent last month? If you do, I want you to put in the chat box and say you do. Some of us will say we do when we actually don't. And some of us will say my head is the best calculator. But it's a good thing that statistics don't lie. Did you know that 65% of Americans have no idea how much they spent last month? Did you also know that survey revealed that 36% of all Americans have no savings at all? And 1 in 5 Canadians, which is 19%, have less than $1,000 in their savings. So what is the problem? The problem is users are well aware that they need to save and indeed budget. But the problem is inadequate information of how to get started. And when they actually find this information, it's the complexity of budget tracking tools. And when they do find these budget tracking tools, either they have high subscription or low insecurity. So what is the solution? We are the solution, Wise Spender, a personalized budget tracking app. My team and I have been able to build an auto-generative budget creation where we suggest to you a budget based on the information that you give us. We achieve this by syncing your bank account, providing you with intelligent expense tracking, provide you with financial insight and bill notification. We do appreciate and acknowledge that people need to spend money, but with the Wise Spender, you spend wisely. We bring deals and promos to you, as well as bringing you on-demand tutorials. I know what you're thinking. How secure are we? We are very secure because we did utilize Plaid. Plaid is the fintech company known for high-end security, while seamlessly syncing bank accounts and providing data verification to avoid fraud. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Elizabeth, a six-figure product manager at Skill Hat. She believes in living the soft life, and as a result, she always lives paycheck to paycheck despite her big pay home. She released this company who introduced her to Wise Spender. At this point, I would like you to sit back and enjoy as we take you on the journey, on Elizabeth's journey of how she uses Wise Spender.
Hello, everyone. So please join us explore what Elizabeth can do on the app. Now, Elizabeth is able to create her budget manually, or the app can create a budget for her by just imputing her monthly income. So Elizabeth imputes, let's say 2,500. Elizabeth can be able to pick different categories based on her expenses. So the app assigns $2,500 to Elizabeth. Now Elizabeth can decide to edit, she can decide to delete or change the categories and change the amounts as she pleases. This is what it looks like when she saves. So Elizabeth decides to check out the homepage. On the homepage here, she can see her bank balance across all banks. This is her total account balance. This is what her income has been so far within the month. And this is what she spent so far this month. Here she can see different accounts that she has linked already to the platform. She can see different categories that she's created. Here she can see how she's doing. She spent about 8,800 out of a budget of 2,500. Here she can view different balances and what percentage they contribute to her total income. Here she can view how much has gone out and how much has come into her bank account. And then here she can see different deals and promos. She can decide to click on any one, make a purchase, and leverage on the discounts to save up some money. So Elizabeth decides to check out the insights. Here she can see, she can filter. She can choose to see for a period of 3 months, a year, 6 months, or from inception to see how she's doing. Here she can see how much she's earned so far over a period of 3 months and what she's spent. She can see here that she has overspent on food. You can see the color is red. Here, Elizabeth can view tips on how she can save money. If she can cut down on food, shopping, and her frequent trips to the library, she'll be able to save about $272 in a month. So Elizabeth is checking out the settings page. She can edit her profile. She can set up, she can add more banks. She can create more categories. She can set up notifications. She can choose to sign up using her fingerprints or change her passwords. And if Elizabeth wants to reach out to her, if she's having any issues on the app, she can just hit the help and support button and she'll be able to send us an email directly from here. Elizabeth is happy that she can view all her expenses and she can be able to manage her funds better. She can set up budgets, she can customize them, and she's generally happy with the experience. So Elizabeth can log out now.
Now that you've seen how Elizabeth has enjoyed our app, I would like to take you further on our journey. As a team, we do acknowledge that we do have competitors, and we are very much aware that they have gone before us, and we do appreciate this fact. While we've adopted most of their features, we've also sprinkled a little bit of wise spender. We've brought deals and promos, which we know that people need because they indeed need to spend. We've also brought on our app a financial library, which most of our competitors do not have. How do we make money? And my team and I has projected in the next 5 years to make at least $36 million, spreading this across our 3 sources of income, which are our premium package, our click-through, and affiliate marketing. Our premium package, we are going to be charging our users $2.99, which is the lowest in the market right now. Our users are going to have benefits of a free ad platform. They're going to have access to our on-demand tutorials, and they're going to have personalized coaching from our professional coaches. This is going to generate a bulk of our income in the first year. And I know what you're thinking, this is a lot, but stay with me. We're also going to use the click-through. And while we acknowledge the fact that most companies may not want to put their ad in the first year, we've estimated to make at least 1 to 5K a month from 500K views. Our affiliate marketing is also going to generate 1% of our overall revenue in the first year, because indeed we'll be having a range of 5 to 10% commission. How do we come up with this? We've been able to estimate that 1% of our addressable market, we are going to have that in 5 years. And our addressable market is anyone above the age of 18, has a cell phone, and is making at least 25K in a year. The average number of new subscribers we're going to have per year will be 3,000 people, and 30% we hope to retain as our subscribers, which will give us 90,000 people in that year. Now, this is our total revenue versus our net profit, and we'll be able to spread this out across 5 years. In the first year, we're going to make a little over $1 million, and then we'll be able to scale that up all the way to a little over 12 million, as you can see there, comparing it to our total revenue. How are we going to scale? We indeed intend to provide valuable content all over social media, from Facebook to Instagram, all across board. We're going to run targeted ads on social media platforms. We're going to leverage influencers that share our vision. And we're also going to use Apple Store optimization to reach our customers effectively. Here's our business model. In August of this year, we plan to launch our MVP, which is what I believe and I hope I've clearly stated today what is going to be. In April of next year, we hope to release our investment tools, where we will collaborate with robo-advisors like Robinhood in the US, Wealthsimple in Canada, to give options to our users on how to make their money work for them. In that same year, September, we're going to release our coaching and advisory features, which will give our users personalized personalized coaching on how to invest and how to better save. In the next year, 2025, in January, we are going to go a step further with investment and have our users our users will be able to sync their platforms like Robinhood, Wealthsimple with our app, making us a one-stop shop. In the course of this 9 weeks, we've utilized quite a number of tools from communication to development, as you can see here. As a team, we were not void of challenges. We had quite a number of them, from different time zones to limitations that were posed on Bubble that we used to build this app. However, we rose above that and we now understand the effectiveness of time management and staying on top of new technologies. Our timeline is we are going to release our MVP August of this year. It is at this junction that I implore us to please connect with us on LinkedIn. Wise Spender is our name for all our updates about the product. At this point, I will draw the curtain to say thank you and be a wise spender. We can take questions now.
Yeah, great presentation. Really, you had me at not giving up Starbucks, right? Like the first thing, there are a lot of financial advisors and influencers out there. And as soon as they mention, don't drink Starbucks, don't drink Tim Hortons, they just lose me, right? Because you wanna have a habit of saving, but sometimes they focus on the things that don't make too much of a difference. And I'm not advocating for you to spend all your money on Starbucks. They are pretty pricey, by the way. Some of those will tell you not to get credit and they just lose me. So I could relate, and you caught my attention when you said, I'm not asking you to give up Starbucks, because for me, you build credibility with me off the bat. So what you're working on is very interesting. So it sounds like open banking related, just from the perspective of, I wish you touched a bit more on the legislation in Canada, especially. In Europe, they are a lot more advanced in terms of open banking and making, your account statements and your details with your bank, CIBC, RBC, wherever it is. The laws in Europe make it yours, and you can carry it with you anywhere or everywhere you want to go. So just showing that you've done that research and tying this solution to open banking, I thought would have was an opportunity that would have even helped, strengthen your case even further. I like the breakdown. One of the things I was noting was I like the breakdown of 300K per users over 5 years. And I was thinking to myself that the only way you are going to get that is through social media, right? And I was very impressed that you mentioned influencer marketing, TikTok, LinkedIn. I think if you want to get that scale in today's world, and if your target market is people just over 18, you want to be strong on those social media platforms. And I like the fact that you're already thinking in that direction. A few more things I wish you did more of was you did a good job of showing. I wish the technology was a bit more prescriptive, right? Like, I saw one of these slides where you said, oh, you need to save $200. And I think you even broke it down based on categories, right? Save on your library expenses, on your eating out expenses, and things like that. So I wish you took it a step further than that, whereby you're now saying, all right, based on what we've seen, we have all your data in terms of where you're spending, where you're ordering from, right? Is it Instacart? Is it Uber Eats? Is it this restaurant? Is it shawarma restaurant or whatever it is? So I wish, I think the next level prescription I want to see is you helping them say, all right, if you skip shawarma every 2 days, it will help you get to the $100 you need to save on your eating out expenses. So just a bit over and above what I would get from other competitors out there. But all in all, I thought it was, it's solving a valuable problem. So well done to the team.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let's go to Ideally. All right. So great product, great problem space. A lot of people, I'm sure this would resonate with a lot of people, because it's something that is pretty much ubiquitous across, especially professionals who are so busy, they don't have time to do all these things. So great product. I like the user interface. Everything just seems very easy to to navigate and to view all the most important features. On the business side, I was a little bit, wondering about your cost. You're charging $2.99, and I'm wondering if that's enough. You can have personalized coaching. Your marketing, go-to-market seems pretty heavy, expensive. You're going influencer marketing, all the social media. You're gonna have ads and so on. So I was kind of wondering, how are you balancing that in terms of the cost as relates to the price and the revenue? I think your release cycles as well were a bit far. I think there's so much you can do in this space, right? I think most people, the very primitive, goal is how to not overspend, right? So how to be a wise spender. But I think most people also want to grow their money, right? So, maybe if you've added features about how to invest your money, or maybe some bit of gamification features in there to really, keep them motivated in terms of really managing their spending. I love the product. I personally would use it. I like the fact that you mentioned that you're using Plaid to do the connection with the banking. So that, of course, security is going to be on top of mind for your potential users. So good job overall, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then Nohela.
Okay, so this is personally a problem of mine. I think the fact that over the years, there's no company that's actually taking a lead on personal finance management. Even Mint, which is a huge, supposed to be very well resourced, it's backed, it has a lot of money. It's still not cracking the code for this. So it's obviously a very big problem. And I think this is an opportunity for you. It also means that there's a lot of competitors that join, but I like the way you've addressed that, like right off the bat, you're very aware, you know what is the different competitions. I would agree with what Akin is saying, is because there's a lot of competition, to add out, what features can you add to make it more interactive and more customized to the user, right? I think Mint does things like, it's called Mint, right? Mm-hmm. It does things like credit card referrals, and, I think at some point it even connects you with, are you going to be approved for mortgage, and like your credit score. Like it really goes above and beyond to kind of keep that, retention as well. In terms of business model, I also would encourage you to be a little more adventurous as well with your business model. Again, speaking of credit cards and referrals, you could definitely have some really sweet deals with financial institutions in terms of making different referrals based on people's spending and based on their money. So you have a lot of data on people when they connect their bank to your app. You have a lot of data, and you can actually, through the data insights, you can actually create interesting business models from that, without, of course, compromising their financial information.
Thank you.